I thought the healing was complete. I thought the secrets were finished. But on the night of our 4th wedding anniversary, my mother confessed something so deep and so shocking it changed everything. This is the final chapter, and it is the most important one. The most dangerous moment in any battle is when you think it is finished. Because that is when the heaviest truth shows up. 6 months had passed since the letter, 6 months of real healing. Mama was braiding my hair again and calling me Ada and Eni, a name she had not used since I was 7. Our 4th anniversary was coming. Emmanuel planned something simple, just the 3 of us, candles, and Mama's best soup. I was happy, genuinely happy. But Mama had been quiet all week, thoughtful, like a woman deciding whether to put something heavy down. That evening we ate, laughed, and told old stories. Emmanuel raised his glass and said, "To 4 years of building something real. And to the family that made it stronger." We drank. Mama smiled. Then she said, "There is something I need to tell you both, tonight, before another day passes." The warmth in the room shifted, like air shifting before rain, and we waited. Some confessions are short and sharp. Others are long and slow, like a wound finally opening so it can finally heal. Mama folded her hands on the table. Her old strong hands that had farmed, cooked, buried a son, and raised a daughter mostly alone. She said, "What I am about to tell you I have carried for 35 years. It is heavy. Do not interrupt me, just listen." We nodded. She took a breath, and she began. Every difficult parent was once a wounded child. And every wounded child has a story the world never stopped long enough to hear. Mama said, "When I was 23 I was in love. Not with your father, a days before your father. A good man, kind and gentle. His name was Ikenna. I had never heard that name before in my life. Ikenna wanted to marry me, but my father refused. Wrong village. In those days a daughter did not argue, so I let Ikenna go. 3 months later I married your father, a good provider but not gentle. I had used up all my hope, so I closed myself. I told myself softness was weakness." She paused and looked at me. "When Chukwudi died I did not just lose a son. I lost the last piece of the life I always wanted. So I became harder, colder, and you were right there, and I was ashamed. Because you deserved a mother and I had become a wall." The room was silent. "This is where everything finally makes sense." Mama looked at Emmanuel directly. "The first time I really saw you was the evening you came home and found Adaze crying at the kitchen sink. She did not know you had come in. You walked up behind her, put both arms around her, rested your chin on her head, and just held her. You did not ask what was wrong. You just held her." Mama's voice cracked. "Ikenna used to hold me like that." She wiped her eyes quickly. "I saw in you the life I gave up, the gentleness I was denied. And instead of being grateful my daughter found what I never did, I became greedy for it. I was not trying to take your husband, Adaze. I was trying to borrow a feeling I had been starving for since I was 23. That was selfish and wrong, and it nearly destroyed this family. I am deeply sorry. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can offer another person is simply your presence." Nobody spoke. The candles burned low. The night was quiet. Emmanuel said, "Mama," just her name. She looked at him. "Thank you for being brave enough." Then I spoke. "Mama, I used to kneel beside my bed every night as a little girl and pray you would look at me the way you looked at Chukwudi. When it never came, I told myself I was not worth looking at that way. I carried that into my marriage, into everything." Mama pressed her hand over her mouth. "But Mama, I forgive you, completely. You were a wounded woman doing the best you could with a heart broken long before I was born. I refused to let the past steal one more day from us." All 3 of us were crying. Emmanuel reached across and took both our hands, mine on one side, Mama's on the other, and held them together in the middle. He said, "This family has been through fire, but fire does not destroy gold. It just shows you what was real all along. Restoration means building something better on the ground where the old thing fell." Mama began to talk more about Ikenna, about her own cold mother, and her mother before that. "A pattern of closed hearts passing through generations like a curse," she said. "I want it to stop with me. I want your daughters to know from their first day that they are enough. Loved without condition." I took her hand. "Then stay, Mama. Stay and help me teach them that," she said. "I am not going anywhere, my Adenini, not anywhere at all." Emmanuel quietly wiped his eye and pretended he was not crying. I saw him. I always see him, the real ending. The one that makes every painful page worth turning. I am on the veranda early in the morning. Emmanuel is still asleep inside. Mama is beside me, old wrapper, gray hair, hands around a cup of tea, neither of us speaking. Just sitting the way people sit when they do not need words to feel close. She says, "A days." I say, "Mama, I wasted so many years. We have so many left." She smiles the full warm smile and now know belongs to me too. "You are a good woman, my daughter. I am proud of you. I have always been proud of you." I just did not know how to say it. The words land deep like roots going into soil. "I know, Mama. I know now." She squeezes my hand firmly. The way strong women show love. And we watch the sun come up. A new day. A family that walked through fire not unburned, but unbroken. To every daughter earning love from a parent who could not give it freely, their inability was never about your worth. It was about their wound. To every mother who has kept distance from her child, it is not too late. Walk through that door. To every husband holding a family together quietly, your love is seen. It matters more than you know. My husband was never snatched by my mother. She was a woman starving for gentleness. And I was a daughter waiting to be fully seen. We both got what we were looking for, just not the way we expected. And Emmanuel was never the problem. He was always the answer. Thank you for walking through this entire 3-part story with me. Please subscribe to Gotti's Folktale Lessons right now. Share this with a mother, a daughter, or someone whose home needs light today. This has been Gotti's Folktale Lessons. May your home be filled with honesty. May your family be filled with grace. And may you always have the courage to speak the truth that sets everyone free. God bless you. Until next time.